Good evening and welcome to Clem Richardson Stadium in Mobile, Alabama, where tonight we have a matchup between the home team, the Baker Hornets, and the visiting Carver Wolverines, all the way from Montgomery, Alabama. Tonight we're really gonna have a great game. We got a good defensive team in Carver and a team that we really don't know what they're looking like this year after two bad performances. So Clay, start us off tonight by just explaining what we should expect to see coming into this game.
Carver Montgomery seems like a good defensive team because looking at their record, they've only given up 16 points this season. And their impact players for Carver, sorry if I pronounce these names wrong, Quintarius Jones, number 5, and number 15, Keyshawn Brown.
Yeah, both of those players really made a lot of impact in that game against Jeff Davis, where they beat them 16-3. Really a defensive game right there. And both of those players, as you see on the field for the coin toss, they are captains on this team. They're both seniors. And they're both really are basically a part of every single play that is in this game. They're near the ball every play on defense. So, yeah, great impact players for the Wolverines. Now, from the Baker side of the football, who can you expect to make an impact for the Hornets tonight?
Joshua Pruitt and Kobe Bush, they seem like good players on the Baker team. Kobe Bush scored the first touchdown of the Baker season last year. Unfortunately, they lost to Davidson 27-7, but he scored the first touchdown. It was like a 25-yard rushing touchdown or something like that.
And honestly, in that game, the score was a little bit deceiving. Baker really had a great performance, just kind of lost it in the fourth quarter. It was very close up until the end where Davidson scored a few touchdowns in that last quarter and ran away with it a little bit. And so Baker coming into the game 0-2, what adjustments can you expect for the team to make coming into this game?
I'm expecting to see some more throwing out of the quarterbacks. Maybe don't know if Nick Summerlin or Reese Earhart's going to start, but I'm hoping to see some throwing.
The question there is really who's going to start. It was a quarterback battle coming into the season between junior Nick Summerlin and senior Reese Earhart. But after 2 games, now, given we haven't thrown the ball that often, so it's kind of hard for a quarterback to get comfortable when he's not throwing the ball a lot in a game. But that being said, he still has had 5 interceptions already only in 2 games. And really, as an offense, you don't want to be putting your defense out there that much because they're going to get tired and they're going to let up points, all because your offense was making mistakes. So we're really going to have to see here who Baker puts out there and if they're going to throw the ball more tonight, because really we haven't seen that much passing in the Baker offense.
Well, in high school ball, you see more running than passing.
Here come the Baker Hornets.
Yeah, here come the Baker Hornets coming out of the tunnel here.
Coming through the tunnel made by that Baker band, the Pride of Baker Marching Band. Great band in the state of Alabama. Travel to many contests every year and win many awards and represent the school in a great way. And now the Carver Wolverines take the field. And for how small of a school they have, we're looking at early this week, they only have 850, 900 students around that. Now, for only having that amount of students, that's a large roster right there. They got about 65, 70 kids. That's about 8-9% of their school right there.
Yeah. Pretty right, Jarrett. About 800, 900 students. About like how many freshmen we have at Baker High School.
Yeah, and so really, if you're just talking about students, we outnumber them greatly. But, as a program, Carver has put out a lot of D1 talent over the years, and I don't think Baker should overlook them just because they're a 6A program, because even though they are a smaller school, on the field they are not smaller at all, and they show up every year to every game ready to put up a battle to whoever they're playing.
Oh, we just saw a lightning strike right across the right across the county. Anyways,
So
yeah, looks like the teams are coming out on the field now. Looks like we're about to start the game here in a minute.
So yeah, looks like Baker has elected to receive the kickoff. They want to put that offense out on the field first and try to make a statement after really subpar performances from their offense these prior weeks.
Yeah, hopefully we can see some improvement on their offense, and maybe they can get their first win of the season.
And I know in game one, there's a word I used, like it was the only word I knew. It was the word sloppy. Now, and tonight I'm going to use it again, but referencing these last two games. The Hornets offense, it's almost like everyone's confused as to what's going on, right? It's kind of like, I mean, I'm not disrespecting them in no means, but it's really almost, I would be confused down there too, because we got the offense thinking it's a 1 count, quarterback thinks it's a 3 count, running back thinks it's a 2 count, and you really don't know what's going on. So we got false starts happening, holding. We really need to just get it together, play consistent, clean football, and try to put points on the board on the offense.
We'll see what happens here. Here comes the kickoff.
So kicks off, and back to receive is Fernando Billups. He's going to take about the 11, running out the 15. He's got a little bit of hold, 30, 35, and he gets leg tackled down about the 38-yard line. And so good starting field position. Nice little hold there on the return. Baker's going to take the field at the 38 to start the game.
Yeah, they will. That was a decent return by Fernando Billups. He gets a pat on the chest by one of his sideline players.
Yeah, and what was really surprising to see coming into this season is the fact that Fernando Billups he's only gotten 2 carries this year so far. He hasn't really been in the backfield at all. He's really converted to defense, playing a more of a star position linebacker and safety, and toss out to Pruitt on the first play. He's going to be brought down in the backfield for about a loss of 4 or 5 yards, and that's going to be number 5 and number 15 teaming up for that tackle there. We mentioned them earlier. That's Quintarius Jones and Kashawn Brown. Very big and very aggressive players for the Wolverines.
Yeah. I mean, we heard those names before, and we saw some highlights of them a few weeks ago on some media.
And so Summerlin's going to take the snap. He's going to roll out to the right. He's going to throw it out, and it's going to be short, intended for number 6, Anthony Denson. So we mentioned that before the game. Want to see some more passing tonight. Second play of the game. That's the earliest we've seen a pass in a Baker game this year.
Yeah, well, it's in the Theodore game when he, I think it was on the first drive when he threw an interception. So we have 3rd and 15 here. Maybe he can pick up the first down here.
Yeah, so we're going to see what happens. We got 3 receivers out to the top of the field. Anthony Denson down here in the bottom. So Sumlin's going to take an audible from the sideline. Pruitt moves from the left to the right. So snap to Summerlin. He's going to roll out. He keeps on rolling. He's going to throw, and that's intended for number 11, Trelane Daltrey. It's going to be caught complete, but he's going to tiptoe out of bounds, and that's going to be out 4th and 3 around the 50. Do you think Baker's going to go for it here or take the punt?
I think I would punt this here because, I mean, you're on Carver's side of the field, and if you go for this and come up short, Carver has a pretty good chance to put some points on the board.
And seems like they went through the same exact thought process as punter and kicker. Jacob Tanner comes onto the field, and the special teams comes on the field, and Baker's going to punt this one away.
Yeah, that's the right decision this early in the game.
A whistle blown dead before the snap. Let's see what's going to happen here. Was it a flag or just a timeout? Head referees discussing something with the players and the other referees. So let's see what happens.
I don't think it's anything. I think refs just stopped it for a second to.
Yeah, see, what I think happened there was a little bit of a play clock issue. They had everyone was set and ready to play, but the clock wasn't. So snap to Tanner. He's going to kick this one away. Nice punt there. It's going to drop out of bounds at about the Carver 30, but the ref's going to rule it out at the 35. Questionable decision by the referee there.
I think the refs may have gave him a couple extra yards on that punt there. I think it went out of bounds around the 31, 32.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it looks like it went out of bounds somewhere, but it went out of bounds earlier. But he caught it right up. One of Carver's assistant coaches caught it on the edge of the sideline, right there at the 30. So
Maybe it's a little bit farther away than we thought.
yeah.
We don't have the greatest view of the visitor sideline.
So number 2, the quarterback Cole Williams is going to hand it off on the first play for the Carver Wolverines, and they're going to get a gain of about 3 yards there. That was number 8 Corbin Smith with the carry.
Yeah, just gaining a couple yards on that play there. A couple Baker players tackling them down. It's going to be about 2nd and 8 coming up. We'll see what they do on this play here.
So Cole Williams back again. He's going to hand it off once again. Oh, a hard hit by Baker defender. That looks to be number 21, Dorian Gully.
We heard that name last year. He played an offensive snap against Bryant last year. He scored a touchdown, I think.
Yep. Made an impact play there. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. It's 10 minutes left in the first, early in this game. So shotgun formation is going to take the snap. Looks right. He's going to throw it complete. And he's just going to get a first down out across the 50 to the 47. That one right there was complete to number 22, Donald Steele.
Yeah. You know, it looked like Fernando Billis may had a shot to get him down about a yard short.
Nice tackle there. So the handoff to the left side. He's going to get a gain. Breaks the hole. 40, 35, 30. Looking good. 20, 15. Got brought down on the play right there by number 6, Cameron Brown. Ran down and tackled at about the 11-yard line. Big pickup there for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that was a huge pickup there for Carver. They picked up a huge chunk of yards on that play.
So, number 2, Cole Williams takes a snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Throw it left with number 22. 10, 5, touchdown, Wolverines. And just like that, the Wolverines, 2.5 minutes into this game, put 6 on the board.
Well, great way to start the game if you're Carver Montgomery there. Baker made the right decision to punt. Just gave up a big play, and Carver turned it into 6 points, maybe 7 if they make the extra point.
Yep, and so special teams right here is going to line up to kick this PAT, and not a great showing from the Baker offense or defense yet, and that's going to be offsides.
Gonna be half distance.
Might be a false start, blown dead, but that's only due to contact. See, false start's automatically blown dead. Offsides is only blown dead if there's contact.
Yeah. Then that would be called encroachment.
It's gonna be offsides on the defense.
Yeah, that's got to be encroachment.
So PAT attempt, snap, hold, almost blocked, but it's going to be up and good. 7-0. Carver Wolverines lead. So now Baker offense, part 2. What do you expect to see, Clay?
Well, gotta wait and see, but I hope we can see Baker put us some points in, even this thing up.
You know what? You know what's it's kind of weird though. Over the years, Baker might not have had the greatest offense or defense every year, but what Baker always does well is special teams. We always got a great kicker. We always got a great returner. And even last year we might have only went 3-7, but Jacoby Brown made some big plays. Jacoby Brown, my bad, made big plays for the Baker special teams. All those different returns last year. And sad to him graduate and not be on the team anymore, but we still got Fernando Billups back there, and he's just as good.
Yeah, we'll see what Fernando Billups can do. I mean, he made a big return on the last kickoff return.
Yep. And so the special teams are out there. I'm not exactly sure what this ref is doing here. I haven't really seen this before where they're standing right on top of the ball.
I guess they're waiting for some call to start.
Not really sure here, but so what is this guy doing? Oh, I've never seen this before. He's just standing there with his arm up.
There we go.
All right, so he's going to back up now to let the special teams kick it away. So kicker ready to kick it, and he kicks it away down to the Baker's going to muff it, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Baker ball at about the 17. That kickoff right there was muffed by number 13 to Marquez Williams.
Yeah, he tried to haul it in, but I mean he looked a little bit to his right and just didn't get the best run at it.
Yeah, just one of those wobbly kicks right there where you think you got it, and then it kind of hits your arm at a funny angle, hits your nerve, you know, and you're just like, ooh, your arms just go limp. Can't catch.
It happens.
So fakes the handoff. He's going to throw left to number 6. Big play there. That was 25, and he's going to get out to the 32 before being brought down. That was number 6, Anthony Denson. Big play there for the Hornets.
That was a big play. Was that a first down run?
That is a first down. 12-yard gain there for the Hornets.
Yeah, big chunk play there, and maybe Baker can get something going here.
Yep, so they look to be going a no-huddle type offense right here. Already lined back up. Only about 5 seconds after that receiver went down. So snap to Summerlin again. Fakes the handoff again. Throw a little screenplay. I'm not sure that he was down, but he gets called down right there. Number 7, Anthony Phillips, is called down. But honestly, that's one of those plays, you know, the elbow counts as down, but I really only think his hand hit the ground.
Well, it kind of looked like his elbow or knee hit the ground there.
Yeah, just a low throw right there. So Hornets are going to lose 3 yards there, but complete nonetheless. So Summerlin at quarterback, he's going to take the handoff, roll to the left. Looks like a design quarterback keeper. He's going to roll around, but he gets hit, and hit hard by number 14. That is going to be Kendamian Smith on the play.
Smith there made a huge tackle, kind of like what we've seen on some highlights of Demoy Kennedy of Theodore. I mean, that was a huge hit.
Yeah, and he got up all excited. He was happy that he made that hit. You know, that's the kind of hit you always want to make.
Don't celebrate too much, or you might get flagged for unsportsmanlike.
Yep, so Summerlin now under center with 3rd and 15. He's going to fake the handoff to Pruitt, roll out, and it's going to be a halfback screen, but just early throw, high throw to Pruitt, and it's going to be incomplete. And now the punt team and Jacob Tanner are going to come back onto the field.
Yeah, that pass play was just a behind throw there.
Yep. So
maybe it slipped out of his hands and came out wrong, but
so 4 and out here for the Hornets. Got a first down, and then right after that is just a 3 and out. So at least we got a first down. That was improvement from the last drive, but so snap to Tanner. He's going to kick. Nice line drive kick there. It's going to be hit the ground at about the 47 and bounce straight up. And so Carver's going to take the ball at the Hornets 47.
Yeah, about the same field position as no, not the same field position. They took over at the 30 last time, but a much better field position for Carver, and maybe they can, for Carver, turn it into points.
Yeah, and so I'm really not surprised with how Baker's not really moved the football yet tonight, because like we've said, Carver is a very strong team defensively.
They are.
But the way that Carver has moved this ball down the field in that first drive against Baker is kind of surprising, because not only did Theodore do that, but Davidson also did, and now Carver's done it, where the first drive they drove right down the field on Baker's defense. So it's kind of surprising to see that first drive of the game, we've gave up a touchdown every game so far.
Yeah, it seems that way. I think we have given up touchdowns on first drives of games, all 3 games.
So right there on first down, it's just a halfback handoff. Gets a yard or two, so it's going to be 2nd and 8. That's going to be Cole Williams, quarterback. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to look, throws down the middle, but it's going to be overthrown, incomplete, but a flag on the play. I'm not sure that was pass interference, as the ball was overthrown and uncatchable.
Yeah,
and it wasn't holding. The only reason you should call that if it's uncatchable if it was holding.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna call pass interference here.
They sure are, and so
that's not right.
Wait, head referee is gonna call the. Or wait, nope, never mind. Had to make his mind up a few times, but nope, they get 15. Bad call there, honestly. I'm just going to straight up be honest with you. That's a bad call.
It is, Jared.
We're supposed to be neutral, but that's a bad call.
Yeah, that is a bad call there. That it was uncatchable, so it shouldn't be interference.
Yeah, so handoff, but he's going to be brought down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Hornets are going to make up for that loss of 15 yards for them there. Gain of 15 for Carver, but they're going to hit him right behind the line of scrimmage.
But now we got a player down, one of our players too.
Yep, and a Baker injury. So,
hopefully the best of him.
Can't really tell exactly who that is, but looks like it's going to be a knee or leg injury. Might just be some cramps. Honestly, I hope that's what it is. I hope that's what it is when anybody goes down, because it really sucks to see anybody get injured and not be able to play.
Yeah, it does. And we'll see what's going on here with this player here, and maybe, like you said, maybe it's just a cramp, and he has to sit out for a play, but then he goes back in.
So they're gonna pick him up, and he's gonna walk off the field, and that's number 94.
It's probably just a cramp for number
just
94.
Looks like a cramp or a rolled ankle, something of that sort, minor injury. And so Hornets, let's see what they can do here defensively.
See, number 94.
2nd and 11.
Number 94 name's kind of cut off on my print. My printer kind of cut off number 94, so I can't tell that name.
Yep. And so Cole Williams under center.
Might see a blitz coming off the corner here.
32 running right to left. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to the left, and he's going to get a hole, breaks it out, 20, and gets down to about the 18. That's a gain of 12 or 13. Looks about a gain of 13. That's going to be a Carver Wolverines first down.
Yeah, it is. And I think it was number 33 of Baker. He tried to blitz off the opposite corner of where the run went. And the Carver Montgomery running back got around that blitz. And we just wait through traffic and got a first down.
Yeah, and right here we see Cole Williams again, and he's going to take the snap. He's going to throw it to the right side, but that pass is going to be broken up right there by Christian Davis. Big play there. That pass was intended for number 9. Not on the roster.
Not all names are on these rosters.
Really, Baker's roster, the only problem we got is like 94 through 99 are just cut off.
On my printer, that's my printer's fault.
Yeah. But, fumble, and it's going to be picked up. Oh, it was almost picked up by the Hornets. Oh, actually looks like it was picked up by the Hornets. I'm not exactly sure.
Come on.
It was kind of just, no one really had control of it. It was rolling around with the players.
We're going to find out who did it.
Both teams think they got it, but it seems like Baker's more confident about having it.
Yeah, we got a lot of Baker players pointing their way towards the east end zone.
So, not exactly sure. They're going to call it as a Carver ball. Official timeout called. I think they are going to review that. I'm not exactly sure.
I think one of the Carver players jumped on it.
Yeah, see, I knew the Carver player had jumped on it, but it was still loose as he was rolling right there. I'm not sure if he held onto it in that pile or not, but so we're up here and we've got a great view of the field. But you know who has a better view of the field? Our sideline reporter, Dorian Robinson. Oh, my bad. We're not okay. I miscommunication there, but yeah, great game here tonight, Clay. I think we might have underestimated the Wolverines a little bit.
Yeah, may have. I mean, it seems like based on that first drive, they have a pretty good offense, and we knew it was going to be a tough game, Baker and Carver.
Yeah, and we knew their defense was great, but the way their offense has looked so far, we didn't know their offense was this good.
Yeah, that's kind of a surprise for us.
We mentioned that they only gave up 16 points in those games, but they really have only scored like 29 points in those games too. So, really a low-scoring game in all their games so far, but they've already put 7 on the board here, and they're in decent position even though they're in 3rd and 23 right now. So, snap to Cole Williams. He's going to roll back, 5-step drop. He's going to throw it. Overthrown right there. Now, that one was intended for Greg McConio.
I don't know. Should we try like a 47-yard field goal here?
Right here, honestly, in my opinion, in high school football, 4th and long, I think you might go for it here. At the 32-yard line, you got 4th and 20. 4th and 24, actually. In my opinion, you go for it and hope to get positive yardage, because a punt, they're just going to come out to the 20 most likely. But they're going to kick it.
I think this is the right decision to kick here to try to pin them back.
The reason I say go for it is because you could potentially break one and have a first down or a touchdown. So he's going to call the fair catch. It's going to drop right inside the 1 or 2. It's going to be at the 2-yard line. And great punt there.
Perfectly executed
by Carver. Great play by Anthony Scott there to hold the ball out of the end zone. Kind of just reached back and tipped it forward to stay out of the end zone. It was recovered by another Wolverine there.
Yeah, that was a greatly executed play there by Carver, and a great tip by that Carver player that tipped it to the other one.
So Baker's going to start with the ball at their 2-yard line.
And that's exactly what you wanted for a Carver to put him back inside.
And this is another situation that Baker's been in every game so far. Pinned deep in their own territory.
You run it out here so you don't get a safety or can get sacked in the end zone. Or don't hold in the end zone.
Holding in the end zone can also cause a safety. So it's going to be handoff to the fullback here. He's going to gain a yard or 2. Gives Baker a little bit of breathing room. Still not much.
Yeah, not much yardage on that play, but yeah, you're right. It does give him just a little bit of breathing room there.
And that one was fullback Jonathan Chapman. He's been real good this year in power situations, short yardage situations. To run it as the fullback keeper, And so now we got I formation. Now we're going to go to the pistol and the audible. And it's a handoff to Josh Pruitt here. Sees a little bit of a hole, but he's going to get eaten up by 5 or 6 Wolverines after only about a gain of 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 here. Maybe see a little slant over the middle or something.
He powered for more than we thought he did now. He had the power around him. They blew the whistle later than I thought. He got down to about 3rd and 3rd and 2. Very powerful runner. Like his build, he's kind of tall and lighter built, but he's a very powerful for the way that he's built.
I formation again. Might see a run up the middle here.
So Summerlin takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Pruitt again. Pruitt's going to break through the line of scrimmage, but that's exactly where it's going to stop. Maybe enough for the first down. It's going to be close.
It's kind of hard to tell from.
But I don't think it's going to be quite enough.
They're going to measure.
They might have to measure it here.
But they're just going to call it 4th down.
And it's going to be a first down for the Baker Hornets. Great running play there by Joshua Pruitt.
Yeah, just enough for a first down on that play. And now we're going to have 1st and 10 at the 15.
Yep, 1st and 10 at the 15.
Blitz coming, looks like.
Yep. Someone's going to take it, roll out to the right, complete it to Anthony Denson for about 2 yards.
That was a great diving catch there and a lot of coverage, a lot of traffic.
Yep. And so 2.5, 3-yard gain right there is going to bring up 2nd and 7. Now, Baker's offense right here has looked more productive this drive.
Yeah, it seems that way. I think they're kind of getting warmed up.
Yeah, finally got the engines going, it seems like. So it's going to be a sweep play, handoff right to left side, and boom, what a hit there by number 5, Quintarius Jones. Great linebacker that they have on that Wolverine defense.
Yeah, we talked about him. He was one of the impact players of that we talked about at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, we have a great view of the field, but you know who has a better one? Our sideline reporter, Dorian Robinson. So, Dorian, we're going to hand it to you. Take it away, Dorian.
Good evening, Baker Hornets. Hello, my name is Dorian Roberts here at the Clem Richardson Stadium. Well, we spoke to Coach Norman earlier, and he explained how they're hoping to come out here to get a win and how they're playing against a D1 team. So we'll see how that goes. Now I'm sending it back to Clay and Jared in the studio.
After we lost yardage on 2nd down, on 3rd down we gained a lot of yardage back and then some. And now that's going to bring me on 4th and 2. And the punt team for the Hornets is going to come on for the 3rd time tonight with a minute and a half left in the first.
Do you dare think about faking it here?
Not in my worst nightmare would I do that, because you're only at your 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's not good.
You get brought down in the backfield. You get punt block, pass intercepted, anything. It's virtually an automatic touchdown for them. So punt's going to go out of bounds at about the 37. Not a great punt there. Kind of just sliced it right a little bit. Now that time, it was number 34. That was not Jacob Tanner. We've gotten used to seeing Jacob Tanner, but that was not Jacob Tanner.
Yeah, it had to be someone else, a Baker there, kicker.
Yeah, so the Wolverines going to come out again.
Basic 4-3 defense, it looks like, for the Baker defense.
So Cole Williams and Malachi Morris, dynamic duo in the backfield.
What's going on here?
So it looks like it's going to be maybe an offsides or neutral zone infraction on the defense.
I didn't see him throw a flag.
Yeah, with the line judge threw a flag there.
Okay.
So based on where it came from, I'm pretty sure that was a neutral zone infraction. Makes it 1st and 5, and they're going to hand it off to Malachi Morris. He's going to stutter step a little bit, get about a gain of 4 there. So it's going to bring up 2nd and inches, if not a 1st down. It's going to be quite close. And that's going to be, let's see.
Looks like they're signaling 1st down.
I'm not exactly sure. Yes, 1st down. The head referee now calls it as a 1st down.
Great tackle by those 2 Baker players, but just a little bit too late.
So Malachi Morris comes off the field. So now we're going to have Cole Williams on the field. And we're going to have Michael Brooks. And thrown deep to the end zone. It's going to be caught. Wolverine touchdown. They go up 13-0. That pass was to number 14, Greg McConio, I think that was, or was that number 4? That was number 4, Greg McConio. Touchdown right there.
Yeah, that was a great catch. Sliding down on his back, hauled it in. Touchdown, Carver Montgomery Wolverines, and they will go up 13-0, 14-0 if they make the extra point here. Extra point.
So right after that, Maconio's right back to Holden for the kicker right here. So he's going to kick it, and it's up and good. So that extends it to 14-0. And with that, Baker's now been outscored on the year 65-7.
Yeah, it looks that way, and maybe for Baker offense, they can get something going on here on the next drive and make it 14-7.
Yeah, really early on, Baker's not really been able to pick up much momentum as they've had a few defensive stops, but it seems every time the defense makes a big play, and gets a stop, the offense just goes out there and does the same thing. The offense really hasn't been able to get it going here tonight. And really, we haven't really seen much out of it this season, and I'm expecting to see more out of the Hornets offense. Expecting it soon.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll see some improvement later on in the game, and maybe they can come back.
So now the special teams out again to kick it off, and Fernando Billups is deep. And after that decent return to start the game, that second kickoff, they kind of sliced it away from them. I don't know if that was intentional or accidental, but it might have been intentional, as Fernando Billups is a very good returner. So kickoff, that one's going to be straight to Billups. He's going to take about the 15, breaks a hole, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and he's going to stutter step but slipped up at about the 48-yard line. He had broken another hole right past the kicker there. It just slips on that grass. And that's another thing we've seen this year. This field has been quite slippery for these players for some reason.
Well, I kind of don't understand why, because it hasn't been raining. Well, it was just sprinkling earlier, but not
yeah,
really
like
a rain.
last game we had the rain to explain it, but this game, I don't know if they've got a different kind of cleats that the team is wearing or what, but these players really have been slipping a lot, and it's really only on our field. You know, we went to Lab People Stadium where we played the Davidson Warriors last week, and we didn't really see much of that, but here this year we've really seen a lot of slipping by both teams at Clem Richardson Stadium. So snap, and it's going to be handed off to Josh Pruitt. He's going to get a 7 or 8 yard gain. He's going to be for out 2nd and 3.
That was a great 7-yard run there by Josh Pruitt, and he gets into Carver territory. They've been in Carver territory all night tonight? I don't think they have.
Nope, that is a first for the Hornets offense. And so now credit to the kickoff returner there for getting a big return there, putting us in good field position. And so hopefully that can give us some momentum, but with that siren, the first quarter is now over. And I'm going to be honest with you, the Hornets did not look too good in that first quarter. Hopefully we can improve in the second.
I agree with you, Jarrett.
So,
and there's a new flagpole out there. I saw a post on one of the Baker football Facebook pages that somebody added a little American flag over there and painted some portions of the stadium.
Yep, and so a lot of upgrades here this year. You know, they redid the grass, right? And now they've used a more professional level paint, and it looks a lot better. We got the 50-yard line painted really well this year. We've had that before, but it looks as something you see in a college stadium. The paint does, and so now the Hornets offense, we're going to flip sides here for the second quarter. And so the defense for the Wolverines is back out, and man, I'll tell you something. That defense is a good defense.
Yeah, they seem pretty good, and we saw on those stats that they only allowed 16 points in the season, and they have not allowed any more tonight.
Like we said earlier, 6A team that you shouldn't overlook. They've got a good chance at state in the 6A division this year. They're already 3-0, and they're putting on a show tonight here against the Hornets.
They've won quite a few region titles.
So
in their
2nd
history.
and 4, Summerlin under center in a goal line formation. He's going to hand it off to Pruitt to the left side, breaks a little bit of hole. Looks like enough, maybe enough for the first down. He's going to push a little bit further. A little bit of extra contact after the whistle there.
Is it going to be unnecessary roughness? I see a flag.
A few flags on the field. 2 flags down. Let's see. You know, those shoes and socks they got on over there for Carver are quite confusing. I keep thinking there's more flags on the field than there is.
Oh, that's a shoe?
Yeah, there's 2 flags that were thrown, but there's a lot of yellow on the field from those shoes and socks.
Yeah, looks that way.
But looks as it's going to be against the Baker offense. I think that one was holding. So that's going to push us back to 2nd and 9.
We have some subs going on around here. Number 11, number 3.
Yep.
And number 7.
So, Carver's band has now arrived to the stadium. And Carver actually bussed in fans. They offered a charter to their fans. I saw that earlier as we were setting up, as a bus full of fans hopped off, and they really traveled pretty well. And so deep throw here, and it's going to be incomplete right through the hands of Isaiah Dixon. Man, that would have been a big play there for the Hornets. It just slips through Dixon's hands. It was right down at about the 10-yard line, and he had nothing but green ahead of him.
Yeah, that could have been a touchdown, or at very least, first and goal if he would have leaped up and got that.
Yeah, right there.
That was a pretty good throw, and he just could not haul it in.
That's one of those that, hate to say it, but he's probably going to be running to practice this week for that one. Coaches don't like when that happens.
They do not.
And Summerlin bounces right into his offensive lineman, which knocks him down for a loss of 2 on the play. 3rd and 12. 4th and 12, my bad. But number 56 is going to go down. That is Cameron Parker, offensive lineman. So another injury for the Hornets. And that's another thing. A lot of injuries for the Hornets this year. They sort of seem to be having a significant amount of injuries.
Yeah, they have had a couple injuries, it seems like.
So it seemed like in that first game, every other play, we had an impact player from our defense going out. And tonight, we've had 2 players go out already, and it's only a minute into the second quarter, so. So, lined up to punt it away here. Or I think that's Reese Earhart, the backup quarterback. They're going to fake it. Yep, that is Reese Earhart, and he's going to throw it, but it's going to be intercepted, but fumbled, picked up by the Wolverines. It's fumbled. Who has the ball here? I think they were confused as to whether that was an incomplete pass or an interception or a fumble. And it's going to be Carver ball. But, man, they were all just standing there kind of confused. They thought they had blown it dead. And the ball was laying on the ground. We had 2 players from both teams just like, is the ball dead or is that a fumble?
Yeah. Well, if Baker would have recovered that, I think it would have been first down at the 30.
Yeah. So right there, I think what Baker was trying to do was sort of just throw them off because they had rotated a different punter in last time. That isn't our normal punter, Jacob Tanner. Maybe just a backup punter, maybe not even a punter at all. And then they put in Reese Earhart right there, the backup quarterback, to throw it. And good attempt at deception, but just underthrown a little bit. So, 2-yard gain there by Malachi Morris, my bad. And so Michael Brown.
It's a little short chunk play there for Carver Montgomery on that one.
Or Michael Brooks, my bad, is coming on the field. Cole Williams, quarterback. Here to get dual threat quarterback for the Wolverines. Right, man in motion, he's going to take the sweep. That's Malachi Morris again. He's going to be brought down behind the line. Big tackle there. Number 99, John Harris.
It looked like a decent wrap up and tackle there on like 35. Excuse me, 25.
Sorry, that was Javaris Jackson. Cameron Brown, not Jonathan Harris. So snap to Cole Williams. They're going to and he's going to be brought down for a big loss by the Hornets defense. Hornets defense really showed up on this drive. And that is a 3 and out, and that is a loss of about 11 yards. It's going to be 4th and very long, and they're going to have to punt it here.
Yeah, defense made a big play on that one. They got him down for, like I said, about a 10, 15-yard loss, and now Carver's got down. The Wolverines are going to have to punt out of their own end zone, it looks like.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, he's a dual threat quarterback, and they like to move him around a lot, and so he had a big rollout there. But the Baker defense came with the blitz and was having none of that. And put him in the dirt in the backfield for a big loss. And so punt's going to go off. It's going to be a low, short punt, but it's going to be taken by the 40, but he's going to be brought down immediately at about the 38. Great play there by the special teams for Carver. That's going to be number 15 was in on that, and number 13. That was Damian Smith and Kashawn Brown. Kashawn Brown, one of those impact players for Carver.
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty quick on that tackle there. There was no fair catch there by the Baker returner, and they made him pay for not taking the fair catch.
So yeah, as we mentioned earlier, it looks like the Carver band and cheerleaders have arrived.
A little bit late.
Yeah, a little bit late, but better late than never. So traveled pretty well for how long of a drive that is. You know, took tour buses. So 2-yard gain by Kobe Bush there. So duo of running backs in the backfield. Yeah, brought down there by Darius Jones. And so, 2nd and 9 for the Hornets. Summerlin in the shotgun. After seeing that fake punt with Reese Earhart, thought he might come out next drive, but
basic 4-3 it looks like.
Here. Hands off to Kobe Bush. Breaks a little bit of hold for a couple of yards. And offensive linemen do what they're supposed to do. Dalton Lehman and Jeremiah Boone-Rostro push the pile from behind to make that gain of 2 turn into a gain of about 4. Big play there for the Hornets.
Yeah, on one of those Davison touchdown plays, Davison kind of did that to the Baker defense there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You know, if your offensive linemen are loose and that pile happens, you're just supposed to come from behind and push it forward. It's really what you want them doing there. And so they've been running a 1 count all night, but Nick Summerlin changes it up, runs a 2 count to throw the Carver defense off, and they're going to jump offside. That's going to be a 5-yard gain for the Hornets.
Yeah, one of those players jumped off sides there. I think it was it number 56 and number 1?
Looked like it was number, I'm not exactly sure, but looked like number 56, Miles Hall to me.
Well, he just came off the field there, so he's got to be guilty of something.
Yep. Not 56, that was 36, Jeffrey Reed. My bad.
Okay.
But, so it's Pruitt in the shotgun. And so now we're going to have Denson in motion, but Pruitt's going to keep it to the left side, breaks a big hole. He's going to get down to the 20-yard line, gain of about 10, and it's going to be a first down for the Baker Hornets. They're in the red zone for the first time tonight, looking to put points on the board.
Yeah, hopefully we can do so on this drive here. Looks like they're finally getting something going, and all you don't want to do is, throw an interception. So like they did against Theodore.
No offense to these athletes, but after a couple of weeks of kind of subpar quarterback play, just there, it was looking like they were going with Josh Pruitt again in the Wildcat. Maybe they've just gone to the idea of, we might not even need a quarterback, just let's have a bunch of people that can run the ball on the field.
Yeah, well, Summerlin's a decent quarterback, but number 1, Josh Pruitt, he seems like the big impact player on the offense.
Yeah, and, it's kind of a good tactic if you can do it properly and have a running back that can kind of throw the ball a little bit. It's almost like what Danny Smith did with his offense in his first 2 years here with Darius Bracey and Trey McMillan. Darius Bracey really wasn't a quarterback, but they trained him to strengthen that arm and become a quarterback. And he ran as a quarterback. They ran a dual threat offense. And that was a very good offense. Yeah,
I mean, and it seemed like Coach Smith, in Smith's second year of coaching, they made the playoffs. It was 2016 when they got beat by Enterprise. It was not the greatest game.
So, yeah, Josh Pruitt is going to be in the formation as the quarterback again.
Yeah, and Carver just called a timeout. Like I said,
there's 4 or 5 players that can run the ball here, and that's going to be Bush in motion, but Pruitt's going to keep it to the left. He's going to beat one tackler, but get caught up by another one. On the tackle there was number 13, Damian Smith. That's another impact player. And I know we spoke heavily about Kashawn Brown, and Quintarius Jones. But Damian Smith has really been doing his part here tonight.
Yeah, it seems that way. We've heard his name a couple times, and he has made a couple tackles on Baker.
And so Pruitt, once again, in the Wildcat. Sweep there by Trelane Daughtry. And he's going to be swallowed up by about 5 or 6 defensive players of the Carver defense. And it's only going to be about second. Or now it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, but 3rd and 10 there. Well, Nick Summers going to have to throw the ball here if he wants to pick up the first down, or they may have to settle for 3.
Yeah, so speaking of Nick Summerlin, he is back on the field. And
maybe see a little fade route to the right here.
Pruitt is in the backfield with him. He's going to roll out. They're going to throw it with a reverse screen, and that's going to be a little stutter step, but he's going to get caught up just short of the first down. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 1, 4th and 2. That one was thrown to number 11, Trelane Daughtry, who honestly kind of not really been mentioned that much as an impact player, but he's really done his part for the Hornets offense.
Yeah, he has, and he's made a couple catches tonight, and he made a decent catch there, and maybe they can kick a field goal here. I don't think they're going to go for this. They'll probably just go for 3.
Yeah, and so here they're most likely going to bring out Jacob Tanner, very good kicker for the Hornets, and and speaking of Jacob Tanner, in the middle school football department here in Mobile County, Clark Shaw, the magnet school, one of our magnet schools, really isn't known for their football team, but in these last few years, they put out a few very good players, and Jacob Tanner is one of those. And actually, the kicker for Davidson, Joseph Montano, is another kicker that has came out of Clark. And Clark also has a very good soccer program, and I think that's why they put out a lot of kickers. And also, Josh Pruitt came out of Clark Shaw.
Clark, I think they won the county championship last year.
Yeah, they actually did win the county championship last year. That's the first time in a long time that they had done that.
Yep, and that Davidson kicker made a 50-yard field goal last week against us. At the
Joseph
end of the
Montano hit a 51-yarder right down the middle. He's going to play D1 somewhere. Roll out. He's going to throw it to Pruitt, but Pruitt slips through his fingertips. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Carver's going to take over at the 14.
We saw a couple of those drop passes today. We saw one deep shot, a crucial play that would have been a touchdown, and that one would have at least got him the first down if he would have caught that. So, heartbreaker for Baker there.
Yep, so the Carver offense has really performed well tonight. It's returning to the field. Cole Williams, Malachi Morris, Michael Brooks, and also Greg McConico, who's caught a touchdown pass, caught that long pass earlier. He's really made an impact at receiver tonight. And so Cole Williams under center is going to take the snap, hand off to Malachi, or fake the handoff to Malachi Morris. Rolls out, almost gets brought down before the safety. It's going to be intercepted, though, off the tip. Big play for the Baker defense. That's number 3, Christian Davis. Great impact play there, and that one gets the Hornets sideline pumped up. That one's going to get the momentum going. I feel like that's the play that's going to change the momentum of this season for the Hornets. They've been looking for a play like that all year to just go their way, and it finally happens for them here.
That was a great play by Christian Davis there. Finally, he finally made a defensive play. Well, he's made a couple decent defensive plays tonight, but that was a big one there.
Yeah, Christian Davis is actually the one who got called for the pass interference earlier, the horrible pass interference call.
Oh, yeah,
and
that was bad.
Right there, so all night tonight he's been playing a little bit of loose coverage, but once he saw that ball go through the hands of that receiver right there, he immediately bolted to it and dove and caught that one. So great play there by Chris Davis. And fumble off the snap by Summerlin, and he's going to fall on it. So recovering from his mistake, but that's not a fun thing to do if you're the Baker offense. Lose a yard and a down while you're at it.
Yeah, you almost lost the ball there, too. Almost gave it back to Carver.
Yeah, right there, Anthony Scott was right in the mix, almost diving down for it. But really, you never want to dive in on a pile if the pile is only the quarterback, because right there you can get called for targeting if that quarterback's defenseless. So Anthony Scott made a smart play there not to dive on it. So handoff to Pruitt. Pruitt goes to the left side. He's going to get destroyed by, once again, those three players we've been mentioning all night. Quintarius Jones, Kendamian Smith, and Kashawn Brown. They've been in on just about every play tonight. So Baker's offense is going to line up here 3rd and 15 at the 27-yard line. Someone under center, Pruitt in the backfield. And that's Anthony Denson to the top of your screens. So fake the handoff to the right side of Pruitt. Someone's going to break tackle, sees a hole to the left side. He's going to run it himself. Oh, but he's going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage right there. That's number 16, Cortavius Smith on the tackle.
Yeah, that was a decent play there by Carver, and Nick Summerlin tried to do something with that run, doing his tried to do his Jalen Hurts impression, but came up a little bit short.
Yep, so
or well short.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 16 for the Hornets.
Would you go for it, kick a field goal, or punt?
Honestly, right here, you're in the position where you can't really lose anything really either way. You know, field goal, it's a long field goal, so you're most likely not going to hit it, especially in high school. You know, kickers just – college, that's a different situation. College pro football, you're going to kick that all day long. But right here around the 30-yard line, really, whatever you do, it's not a bad decision.
Yes, really, your decision to kick a field goal is pretty much eliminated here at the 30-yard line. So,
Yeah,
it's either punt or go for it.
So
I would punt.
official timeout here with 4 minutes left in the first half. So Carver's really looked impressive tonight, offensively and defensively, against the Hornets.
Yeah, and we expected coming into this game, Carver's defense is going to be the strength tonight for them.
Yeah, so Baker, really not impressive so far through 2.5 games. And really looking to see some changes here, but Baker's going to go for it on 4th down here. Summerlin and Pruitt come in, and Bush is back there too, so it might be a little split back formation.
Oh, they're going to go
actually,
for it
it's going to
here.
be the pistol right here.
Aggressive.
So Summerlin going to take the snap, rolls right. He's going to see a little bit of hole throw, but it's going to be incomplete. Almost intercepted by Sean Brown. Just slips through his hand. That's been happening a lot tonight for both teams, offensively and defensively, where they've got 2 hands on the ball. This just slips right through the hands. I don't know if it's just player mistakes or the ball's slick or what, but it's been happening quite a lot tonight.
Yeah, it seems that way, and either way would have been interception or turnover, so it really wouldn't have mattered there.
Yeah, the only real difference it could have been made there is if he intercepted that and then found a hole to get some yardage there. But so basically, Cole Williams, the quarterback, is on the field for the Carver offense. They got a 4-wide formation in the shotgun. So Baker's defense lines up. Looks to be in the nickel here. So going to throw in a flat, but it's going to be blown dead. It looks like it's going to be a delay of game. Or actually, Carver took a timeout before to avoid that delay of game penalty there.
See, they called a timeout earlier, so I think they have 1 timeout left now, and it could be kind of key when it comes down to the final minute of the the first half.
And yeah, so coaches here are going to make some adjustments. And 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Just a lot of, honestly, besides those two drives where Carver just took it straight down the field on the Hornets defense. Other than those drives, it's been a very defensive game. It's been very aggressive by both teams. And honestly, neither offense has looked that great. A lot of mistakes, a lot of drop balls, a lot of blown coverages by the defenses that where it could have been a big play, but they just slipped right through their hands.
I think Carver's offense and defense are pretty good here.
So snap to Cole Williams. He's going to take the drop, and he's going to break a tackler, but he's going to get hit hard and brought down by Kelvin Myers-Rogers. His helmet comes off, and so by rule, he's going to have to take a snap off here. So now they're going to bring in their backup quarterback for a snap.
And that could be key for both teams here. For Baker, maybe he can get a big play here on defense with the since the backup quarterback has to take a snap.
So that looks like it's going to be number 19. It's not listed on the roster, but he is their backup quarterback. He's going to hand it off to the right side, breaks a hole. Big run there for the Wolverines. He's still breaking tackles. Brings it all the way to the 47 of the Hornet side of the field. So a big gain there. That's going to be about 29 yards. Big play there for the Wolverines.
Yeah, big play here. And Carver Montgomery, they seem like a pretty good team. They're running it right down their throat right now, it seems like.
Yeah,
they might turn it into points here.
Cole Williams returns to the field after having to take a snap off due to the loss of his helmet. He's going to take the 3-step drop, going to break a little hole there, thrown deep down the field in the end zone, and that's a great catch there. Oh, actually it falls incomplete as he was rolling. Contact from the defenders knocked it loose, but that was looked to be Greg McConaughey, who's made some big plays here tonight for that Carver offense.
Yeah, from my view, it looked like he caught that, but kind of the little post in the press box here kind of blocked my view a little bit, so I couldn't see if he who broke it up.
And my bad, that wasn't Greg McConaughey. I think that was Keard Robinson. Or my bad, actually, that was Carlton Smith. So rolled out to the left. Malachi Morris is going to break to the 40, 35, 30, 28, 25 is where it's going to be brought down by 3 Baker defenders. And so Carver's offense has really got it going. And for more on that, we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Doreen Robinson.
Well, it's second quarter here at Clem Richardson Stadium. The Hornets are down 14 points, and Carver's up with 14 points. So we hope that they can bring this thing the second half. Back to Clay and Jarrett at the box.
So we are back, and Cole Williams on the shotgun. Big game for him so far tonight. Drop balls have really been the story of this game, though. Drop balls, a lot of them by both teams, but another timeout called here. I think this is an official timeout. Yeah, it's going to be an official timeout. So 2:39 in the first half. And Carver's really looking like Baker's not much of a challenge for him tonight.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way. And, like I said a minute ago, Carver, he's a pretty good team.
Yeah, and they've really shown up here tonight. You always really want to question when when any team has to travel a long way. You always want to question. All right, so are their players mentally, physically ready for this game? That's either way, and also you got to question your home team about. Don't mentally underestimate this team. Just because they're from a long way, that's not going to throw them off at all, And they haven't been thrown off at all, and 14-point lead here in the first half for the Wolverines. So teams are going to take the field again. So Cole Williams is in the shotgun. Going to take the snap, roll to the right. He's going to look downfield for Greg McConaughey, but it's overthrown by just a hair, and that's going to be incomplete. 2:33 left in the quarter. That's in the half, and that's incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Yeah, throw a little bit to the right there for us. For Carver, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here.
Yep, so Carver's offense has really looked impressive tonight, and really not looking to slow down either. They've thrown a couple deep balls on this drive, had a couple big plays too. So Williams is under center. He's going to take the snap, hand it off. He's going to break a tackle, but be brought down hard by 2 Baker defenders there. And so Baker stops him for a loss of 2. That looked to be number 45, William Neese, and another Baker defender on that tackle.
Yeah, it looks like lost about 2 yards on that play, and it's gonna be 3rd down and long. Maybe Baker can get a stop here, and maybe get the ball, drive down, score, make it a 1-possession game.
So it's going to be 3rd and 12 at the 27. So Carver makes some rotations here. Going to take the snap, Cole Williams, but it breaks along the edge. Looked like a holding, incomplete, almost intercepted by number 33. That was Javon Beck, who almost made that interception on the jump ball there, but incomplete. And so, and right there, number 8, looked like his helmet came loose and he was just adjusting. Not going to have to come out for play.
Yeah, it looks that way, and like you said earlier, we saw a couple. We've seen quite a few drop balls today, and we just saw another one there.
Yep, and so 4th down here, and Cole Williams is in the backfield. Takes audible from the sideline. Baker's defense jumps offside for the 3rd or 4th time tonight. That's going to be a 5-yard move. It's going to be 5 yards up the field. Or actually, nope.
False start.
Looks like the right tackle jumped. And so they're going to call it a false start against the Wolverines. That's going to lose them 5 yards. And that looked to be James Robinson who jumped off sides early there.
Yeah, it kind of looked like one of the Baker players jumped off sides there, but can look like false start, or they call it false start.
Yeah, that's really what you're supposed to do. If you see movement on that line, run off sides, because then they're going to blow it down as false start.
Yep.
But it's caught there, complete down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st down. They just converted off of 4th and 18. Man, that was looked to be complete. Number not on the roster.
Quite a few numbers and on the roster here.
Yeah, so fakes the handoff, rolls out to the left, wide open, and another drop ball at about the 10. That one might have been 6.
Could have.
No one was out there. If he could have pulled that one in, it was a little high, but if he would have pulled that one in, Baker really would have been in a bad position there.
Yeah, they could have gone up three possessions if the guy would have made that play there. But
yeah, going up 3 possessions before the half, starting the next half with the ball, that would have been very bad for the Hornets. So runs it up the middle, but stopped immediately by the Hornets defense. That looked to be number 21, Dorian Gully on the play. Number 21 and number 2, Calvin Myers Rogers. So Hornets defense not playing extremely well in the passing game, or the running game to the outside, really. But running up the middle, they're not letting them have anything tonight. He's going to throw left side. Greg McConaughey. It's going to be incomplete, but they're going to call pass interference on Niles Hadaway there. I don't really think that was a pass interference, though, unless it was holding.
well, I didn't see much pass interference on that play, but we'll see what the call is here.
Yeah, I really didn't see any contact from either
Pass
side
interference
there.
on Baker.
But it's going to be pass interference. And was that in the end zone or not?
I think it was.
So if that was in the end zone, they're going to move to the 2-yard and have a 2-yard line and have a 1st and goal.
Are they moving to the 2?
Or
is it half distance to the goal?
Looks like it wasn't in the end zone. So they're going to move to the 5-yard line, half the distance to the goal.
And it's still going to be 3rd down, it looks like.
So yeah, it must have been a holding call there, not a pass interference. Because down in the end zone, there really wasn't contact, but that's when he threw the flag. So McConaughey to the left side again. Cole Williams under center in the I formation. They're going to quarterback keeper it here. He's going to pick up a yard or two. Let's see how far he got. It looks like he got down to the 2 or 3. So nice quarterback keeper. They're going to line up again. Same formation. Looks like they're going with the same thing again. And they sure do, but this time Williams is just going to break to the right a little bit and dive in for the score. Carver goes up by 20 now. Not a good night for the Hornets so far.
Yeah, I mean, not the greatest, and all momentum is towards Carver Montgomery right now. Really, the only big play that Baker's made was that interception by Kristen Davis.
Yeah, and football is really a game of momentum, and Carver's had all of it tonight. And so, kicker on the field for Carver, Greg McConaughey on the hold. Kick is up, and it is good. It's 21-0 now. 20 seconds before the half. And just remember, Baker got the ball to start this game. So, Carver gets the ball to start the second half. They put points on the board on that first drive. Could be an early ending to the game for the Hornets.
I agree with you.
Because 3 scores is doable, but once you get to 4 scores and don't have any momentum really at all, that's when it really gets hard to come back from.
But see, it's high school, and in high school, you could easily see a big comeback. And there was one last year on Channel 44. I can't remember which teams, but there was a 28-point comeback or something. The team would take the lead, but then lose on a last-second touchdown. Well, not last second, but last minute.
And anything is possible, but really, the Baker Hornets, I mean, we're about to go to halftime, so I don't really expect to see much before the half unless we hit a huge return here. But we really need to get something going early, and we really need to get it going often in the second half.
Well, all you want here for Baker is a big return here. And if you can't get it, well, you just send Nick Summerlin out to take a knee and go to halftime. You don't want to,
Honestly, though, in this situation, I think we really got nothing to lose. I think we send the offense out there, but they're going to onside kick it here, and it's going to go right through the hands of number 49 right there.
That works for us.
He's going to pick it up. Number 40 or 48, Austin Johnston. But
yeah.
a little extracurricular situation there between Shane Thomas and Austin Johnson, and also Baker's number 28, Tristan Ransom, on that play. Little dog talking there. Almost the situation, but Tristan Ransom took Johnson off the field. help him stay out of that situation there. So good teamwork.
You might want to run it here, maybe get in Hail Mary position.
So Summerlin is going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Pruitt on the halfback draw. They're going to gain about 5 yards. But number 28, he's upset. Number 28, Shane Thomas for the Wolverines is upset after that play. Baker's not going to call a timeout here. They're going to let the time run off the clock. And we're going to halftime. So with that, we had to halftime, and the Wolverines are now up 21-0. And we really expect to see more from the Hornets in the second half.
Yeah, hopefully we can see some points on the board. Maybe Baker can get a stop in the second half and flip the script.
So we're gonna let y'all enjoy the this showing of bands during halftime, and we're gonna take a break and let you enjoy the bands.